In a quiet town on the edge of an old Arabian desert lived two brothers whose lives could not have been more different. Ali Baba, the younger, was a humble woodcutter. Each morning he walked into the forest with his donkey, gathering bundles of firewood to sell in the market. His life was simple, but he was content. His older brother, Qasim, had married into wealth and lived in comfort, surrounded by servants and fine goods. Though they shared the same childhood, fortune had carried them down very different paths. One warm afternoon, Ali Baba wandered deeper into the forest than usual. The air was still, and the only sound was the rustling of leaves. As he worked, he suddenly heard the distant thunder of hooves. Startled, he climbed into a tree to hide. From his perch, he saw a cloud of dust rising as 40 riders approached, fierce men armed with swords and daggers. They stopped before a large rock face, and Ali Baba watched silently as their leader stepped forward. With a voice that echoed through the trees, the leader said the words, "Open sesame." To Ali Baba's amazement, the rock shifted aside, revealing a hidden cave. The thieves entered, carrying heavy sacks. After some time, they emerged again, their bags now empty. The leader spoke once more, "Close sesame." The rock sealed shut, and the thieves rode away, leaving the forest silent once more. When Ali Baba was certain they were gone, he climbed down from the tree. His heart pounded with curiosity and fear. He approached the rock and repeated the words he had heard. "Open sesame." The rock moved aside, and Ali Baba stepped into the cave. Inside, he found a treasure beyond imagination. Piles of gold coins, jewels, silks, and precious goods gathered from years of raids. The sight overwhelmed him, but he remembered his modest nature. He took only a small amount, enough to ease his family's hardships, and left the cave exactly as he found it. Back home, Ali Baba showed the gold to his wife. She was astonished, but he made her promise to keep the secret. To measure the coins, she borrowed a scale from Qasim's household. Qasim's wife, curious about the sudden need for a scale, placed a bit of wax on the bottom. When the scale was returned, a single gold coin remained stuck to it. Qasim confronted Ali Baba, demanding to know the truth. Ali Baba, trusting his brother, told him everything: the cave, the words, and the treasure. But Qasim's heart was filled with greed. The next morning, he rushed to the forest, found the cave, and entered. In his excitement, he gathered as much gold as he could carry. But when he tried to leave, he realized he had forgotten the magic words. Panic overtook him. When the thieves returned and found Qasim inside, they knew someone else had discovered their secret. Qasim's fate was sealed, and the thieves left determined to find the intruder. When Qasim did not return home, Ali Baba went to the cave and discovered what had happened. With sorrow, he brought his brother home and arranged for a proper burial. But now the thieves knew someone else had entered their hideout, and they began searching for him. This is where the quiet hero of the story emerges, Morgiana, a clever and loyal servant in Ali Baba's household. She sensed danger long before anyone else did. The leader of the thieves disguised himself as a merchant and visited the town. He learned that Qasim had a brother and soon discovered Ali Baba's home. Determined to eliminate him, he devised a plan. He and his men hid inside large oil jars, pretending to be merchants seeking shelter. Only one jar contained oil. The rest concealed the thieves. Ali Baba welcomed the supposed merchant, unaware of the danger. But Morgiana noticed something strange. When she approached the jars, she heard whispers from within. Realizing the truth, she acted swiftly and quietly, preventing the thieves from carrying out their plan. The leader escaped, but his men were defeated. Days later, the leader returned in another disguise, this time as a friendly traveler. He gained Ali Baba's trust and was invited to a meal. But Morgiana recognized him once again. During the feast, she performed a graceful dance, moving with elegance and purpose. At the perfect moment, She revealed the truth and protected her master from harm. Ali Baba, deeply grateful, granted Morgiana her freedom and welcomed her as part of the family. Her loyalty and intelligence had saved them all. With the leader gone and the thieves defeated, Ali Baba became the sole keeper of the cave's secret. He used the treasure wisely, helping his family and living with generosity rather than greed. He never forgot the lesson the forest had taught him, that fortune can come unexpectedly, but it must be handled with humility and care. The tale of Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves endures because it speaks to timeless truths. It reminds us that wealth gained through greed brings danger, while wisdom and loyalty bring safety. It shows that even the humblest person can rise to greatness through courage and kindness. And it celebrates the quiet strength of those who act not with force, but with intelligence and heart. In the end, Ali Baba lived a long and peaceful life, always remembering the hidden cave, the magic words, and the day fate changed his path forever. If you enjoyed this video, kindly like and subscribe to help us grow.